What is the base unit value for CPT code 00160? Where can I find the base unit value? Okay, so that's an anesthesia code. You have to go to the anesthesia, what's that association called? The American Anesthesia Association. There's an anesthesia group that creates the book that lists the base units. That's why on CPC type of coding exams, they never ask you that type of information because it's not in the coding manuals. You have to have that resource from the anesthesia folks.
Mm-hmm. You can Google it and get it. You'll be able to Google it.
Okay, modifier. Is there a special modifier to use when a procedure has been done and the patient comes 5 days later for follow-up? Insurance is denied because they consider it part of a global period. Example, patient comes in for destruction of warts, it is billed, and then patient comes back for a follow-up. There is follow-up periods for all procedures. Some of them are 0 days. Now, normally, I don't have the follow-up day information for destruction of warts. Normally, the rule of thumb for Medicare is if they're cutting into the skin, it's going to have a 10-day global period. If they're not, it's going to be 0. And then you have your other surgeries, your major surgeries like hysterectomies, oophorectomies, those are 90 days. And then third-party payers, some of them follow Medicare, some go even longer than that. They have, some that are 120 days.
Right.
So for the wart thing, if they're coming back in for a follow-up, you have to find out first what the global period is for that particular CPT code for your payer. It sounds like they have a 10-day global. And you saw them 7 days. Did it say a week? 5 days later, yeah. So you're probably you're in a global period for it, according to that payer. It sounds like. So they're not going to pay that. Normally, what you do is you code 99024, and that's your CPT code that tells the story. They came in for follow-up, but we know we're not going to get paid for it because it's bundled into the procedure. Okay, and it's not that you're getting gypped. When they set the value of the CPT code, they factor in the follow-up care.
Right.
Okay, so that's probably what's going on there. One more. We did good. 3 minutes. Preliminary surgery report. Coder is told to use the transcribed preliminary surgery report, knowing that the final report will appear in the EMR soon. Is this compliant, or does the coder wait for the final transcribed reports?
There's different policies for different facilities and stuff. This is something that your compliance officer would have a rule or regulation or policy written, or your CPPM. But yeah, you can code off of, you can pre-code off anything, okay? But you can't submit anything for payment until it's signed. And so yeah, you can code off of it, and then know that he does have the ability before he signs it to go in and change something. That's what his signature is saying. I've read it, I've reviewed it, and this is what I want it to state, and then so it's ready to be billed. But and I have seen reports, EMRs, where the physician will go in, print it off, and he'll write all over it and make changes, and say, wrong, or maybe the transcriptionist spelled something wrong, or and then they send it back, and the transcriptionist makes the changes, and it comes back, and but a physician has a set amount of days that before something has to be signed, and there's people that keep track of that in the physician and in the hospital. So yes, you could code off of that, but you wouldn't bill off of it until you had a signature, and you really would probably have somebody go by and look at it, I guess. And but that would be a regulation that would be different for all different facilities or practices. You'd want to have a policy in place.
Get more CPC exam tips, coding certification training, and CEU credits. Go to www.codingcertification.org.